It's another crazy day in the NBA, folks. With not one, not two, but three overtime thrillers. Let's start with the Houston Rockets taking down the Orlando Magic. Let's go back to the highlights right now. Rockets down by as many as 11 points in the fourth period, but rallied to force the extra time where they eventually got the win. 117-113. That man right there, just a killer. Clutch, Matic, money, easy money, sniper, whatever you want to call him. KD. Vintage performance here for the former MVP, draining several clutch baskets, including a step-back dagger that gave them a three-point lead with 9 ticks left in OT. Durant finished with 35 points, 5 boards, 6 assists. Alperen Şengün added 30 markers, 12 boards, and 8 dimes. Magic stars Franz Wagner and Desmond Bain combining for 55 points in a losing effort. The Rockets are now 9-3 on the season, while the Magic are at 7-7.
The Magic has been, kind of playing up and down throughout the season compared to their expectations. But the last few games, they got back to their brand of basketball. So we kind of knew they were going to come in here and hit first. That's been their mentality the last couple of years. And they hit us a little too hard in that first quarter, being down 10, guys making shots all over the floor. They play great defense. But we seen some stuff there in the second quarter, and we try to weather the storm and play through it. And, we couldn't get over that hump the first three and a half quarters, but I think once we got up one and we kind of felt that confidence, I think it was 95-94 we got up, we felt confidence that we could finish the game off. I just like how we stayed in constant communication on the bench on what we need to do to get back into the game. Coaching staff and the players were just communicating the whole time, and so that makes us feel confident every time we step out on that floor. So we are, like I said, going through these games are important for us as a group, but it's cool to get wins in the midst of it all.
Well, one extra period wasn't enough to settle the score between the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls.
What a game.
It was a back-and-forth affair down the stretch. Returning Bulls guard Kobe White made a layup with 0.2 seconds left in the first overtime to force another 5-minute extension. But the Jazz would have the last laugh as Keontae George nailed a cold-blooded three-pointer just before the final buzzer sounded. The final score, 150-147 in favor of Utah. George finished with 33 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Lauri Markkanen had his second straight 40-point game for the first time in his NBA career. He tallied a whopping 47 markers to go with 7 rebounds, a couple of steals, and as many blocks. White had a team-high 27 points off the bench for Chicago's losing cause. This is White's season debut after recovering from a calf issue. The Jazz now have 5 wins in 13 games, while the Bulls settle for a 6-6 slate.
Meantime, the Dallas Mavericks get their first victory in the post-Nico Harrison era. They also needed an extra 5 minutes to put away the Portland Trail Blazers, 138-133. Cooper Flagg and PJ Washington leading the Mavs here, scoring 21 points apiece while grabbing a combined 15 boards at home. They also teamed up for a crucial play that gave Dallas a 3-point lead approaching the game's final minute. Flagg with a clutch board, then dishing out the quick outlet to Washington, who finished this play right here with a two-handed jam. Mavs still playing without Anthony Davis, who is set to miss at least another 7 to 10 days because of a left calf strain. The Mavs get their 4 wins in 14 games so far, while the Blazers stumble to a 6-7 slate.
5 more NBA games took place today. Here's a look at the results. Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard lead the Boston Celtics past the LA Clippers 121-118. De'Aaron Fox with a double-double as the San Antonio Spurs beat the Sacramento Kings 123-110 without Victor Wembanyama. The Brooklyn Nets send the Washington Wizards to their 11th straight loss, 129-106. Moses Moody drops a career-high 8 three-pointers on his way to 32 points as the Golden State Warriors take down the New Orleans Pelicans 124-106. And lastly, the Atlanta Hawks rally from 22 points down in the fourth quarter to stun the Phoenix Suns 124 to 122. Coming up, some college hoops, a recap of the UAAP men's basketball games this weekend and their effect on the race to the Final Four. That's next on Play by Play, only here on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. We now know the 18-man Gilas Pilipinas pool for the first window of the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, or SBP, just released this list, which includes newcomer Quentin Meliora Brown and Juan Gomez de Leano. They will join naturalized players Justin Brownlee and Ange Kwame, as well as Gilas mainstays Japet Aguilar, RJ Barrientos, AJ Adu, Junmar Fajardo, Jamie Malonzo, Chris Newsom, Calvin Oftana, CJ Perez, Kevin Kiambao, Dwight Ramos, Troy Rosario, Carl Tamayo, and Scotty Thompson. Kai Soto completes the pool. He is expected to make his much-awaited return from an ACL injury. Yesterday, head coach Tim Cohn revealed that adding Gomez de Leano was already in their plans even before his 32-point explosion to lead Converge past Ginebra in the PBA on Friday. Gilas will begin its preparations tomorrow. Then the team will fly to Guam on the 25th, ahead of their showdown against the home team on the 28th. Gilas will then return home and play Guam again on December 1st, but this time it will be at home soil and the venue, the Blue Eagle Gym in Ateneo.
We've invited Juan Gomez Diliano to the practice. That's not necessarily meaning he's going to be in the final 12, but he's going to come join us. Well, we've had him in mind for a while, but it was a consensus on the coaching staff. Just feeling like that was a position that we felt we could use a little bit more of a scorer and a ball controller. And a pick and roll guy. I just was really impressed with Juan's defense. I thought his defense was really spectacular. And that's what we expect from the point guard position. We want a great defender because in the international game, there is so much initiation through the point guard and the high screens and all, they initiate so much. You've got to have a great defender and, to front your defense. And to have a chance against these really good teams.
Moving on to the UAAP Season 88 Men's Basketball Tournament, FEU and USD score big wins to improve their chances at a Final Four spot, while UP and NU extend their dominance as the top two teams in the league. Here's a recap of this weekend's games. The FEU Tamaraws score one of the biggest upsets of the season to boost their Final Four hopes in the UAAP Men's Basketball Tournament. FEU escaped the De La Salle Green Archers 84-83 thanks to Kirby Mongcopa's heroics. The Tamaraws were actually up by as many as 14 points, but the Archers fought back to make things interesting down the stretch. Mongcopa nailed the go-ahead layup for FEU with 26 seconds left. La Salle had several chances in the next possessions, but missed all their attempts at a game winner.
We are super grateful to just be in this stage and be able to be in this place. We know La Salle's a championship team, and for us, as I left the house today, I kept saying to myself, we have to be one of the big teams in this tournament in order for us to finally arrive with a sophomore, and a freshman. We have to eventually have a certain level of maturity level where we can win one of these games when it's close.
Mongcopa finished with 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Janre Pasaol top scored with 17 markers to go along with 7 dimes. This is FEU's first win over La Salle in 3 years. It also gives the Tams their 5th victory of the season against 7 losses. The Archers fall to 6-5. The USD Growling Tigers also nailed a crucial win in their Final Four push. USD repeated over the Ateneo Blue Eagles 67-59. But unlike their first round match, this game did not need 3 overtime periods. Colin Zahoe led the charge with 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Nick Caballero added 14 markers, 7 boards, and 6 assists. The Growling Tigers climbed to solo third in the standings with their 7th victory in 12 games. The Blue Eagles dropped to 5th with a 5-6 win-loss slate. As for the defending champions, the UP Fighting Maroons, they officially clinch a spot in the Final Four. That's after their 70-65 victory over the Adamson Soaring Falcons. UP raced to a 20-8 lead after the opening period, then staved off all of Adamson's attempts to pull ahead. Francis Noruca and Jerry Abadiano both had 16 points. The Maroons improved to 9 wins and 3 losses to enter the semis for the 7th straight season. The Falcons sank to 5-7. And finally, the league-leading NU Bulldogs secure a twice-to-beat advantage in the semis. But NU had to do it the hard way by surviving the lowly UE Red Warriors 83-74. The Bulldogs trailed by as many as 18 points in the first half, but a 20-4 run in the third quarter brought them back in the game, while a decisive 19-2 outburst in the payoff period put away the Warriors for good.
Para siguro itong mga to ng mga players namin na hindi na maglalaro. So, they play their way. Pero kami, masyadong yun nga, masyadong relax or whatsoever. Simple lang ang sinabi ko sa kanila. Yung sabi ko, yan ba yung level up na gusto nyong i-perform? Papasok na tayo ng playoff. Kasi yun yung inano ko sa kanila. If you want to succeed sa next level, kailangan ipakita namin yung best, ipakita na yung best nila. Second half, 20 minutes, in-on talaga nila yung sarili nila.
Jolo Manansala led the way with 21 points and 3 blocks off the bench. The Bulldogs rise to 11 wins against just 2 losses. The Warriors crashed to 0-13 with only 1 game left to score a win this season. We've got women's play after this quick break. Find out who scored wins over the weekend when play-by-play returns. Stay tuned to One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. In the UAAP Season 88 Women's Basketball Tournament, the league-leading UST Growling Tigresses and the defending champs, the NU Lady Bulldogs, both picked up big wins ahead of their highly anticipated finals rematch this Sunday. Here's more about this weekend's games. The UST Growling Tigresses are now just 2 wins away from sweeping the elimination round of the UAAP Women's Basketball Tournament. Even without head coach Heidi Ong, UST grabbed their 12th straight victory by overpowering the Ateneo Blue Eagles 92-79. Ateneo was still within striking distance, down by 9, heading into the 4th quarter. But a 12-5 run by the Tigresses kept the Eagles away for good. Cardel Sierba top-scored with 21 points for UST. Agatha Braun and Bridget Santos tallied 15 markers apiece. The Golden Tigresses are now assured of a twice-to-beat should the traditional Final Four format be followed. The Eagles remain in solo 3rd place with a 7-4 win-loss record. The defending women's champions, the NU Lady Bulldogs, have also secured a twice-to-beat bonus. That's after their 81-48 blowout victory over the hapless UE Lady Warriors. NU led by 12 after the first quarter, but broke the game wide open in the second after outscoring UE 30-8. Carl Pingol filled the stat sheet, finishing with 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 steals. The Lady Bulldogs improved to 12-1 this season. The Lady Warriors stay winless through 13 matchups, extending their skid to 23 straight defeats dating back to last season. As for the FEU Lady Tamaraws, they just rose to solo fourth in the standings after their narrow win over the De La Salle Lady Archers 64-62. La Salle's Kyla Go waxed hot with a career-high 32 points, but FEU made timely baskets down the stretch to secure the dub. Yvette Villanueva had 18 markers to go along with 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. The Lady Tams snap a 3-game skid and climb to 5 wins against 7 losses. The Lady Archers are half a game behind with a 4-7 slate. And lastly, the Adamson Lady Falcons survive a late-game meltdown, holding off the UP Fighting Maroons 69-65. Adamson entered the fourth period armed with a 12-point lead, but UP unleashed a 16-5 rally to cut the deficit to just 1. Crucial defensive plays saved the game for the Lady Falcons. Kemi Adeshina led the way with a double-double of 18 points and 10 rebounds. Cheska Apag was the only other Adamson player who scored in double digits with 17 markers to go along with 4 steals. Like the Lady Tams, the Lady Falcons now have 5 wins in 12 games, while the Maroons suffer their 9th loss against just 3 wins for 7th place in the standings.
Okay, all NBA. Thank you. All NBA lineup. I was just confirming with my floor director, Audie, there. Tonight's highlight reel, all NBA for the NBA fans. Clippers, Celtics first. James Harden, vintage here for the former MVP. Ooh, dropping Peyton Pritchard. Then the runner towards the basket. Classic beard there. Take a look. Harden, right? Ooh, now you see me, now you don't. Peyton Pritchard. And then all the way with a strong hand with the runner. Ooh, vintage Harden here. 37 points, 7 boards. 8 assists for the beard, but the Clips unfortunately come up short against the Celtics 121-118. Still a great play though, dropping Peyton Pritchard there. Up next, let's go to the Blazers against Mavs. Cooper Flag here, gets the ball, steals it from the Blazers behind his back. One-man show for the number 1 pick. Then the sidestep up and in, plus the foul for Coop. And look at the Mavs, his teammates loving that play from their number 1 pick. Cooper Flag showing us the handles for his size, his height, the drive, the athleticism, and take a look at the composure from the rookie. Gets the foul all the way. Flag posting 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. That's steal. Mavs outlast the Blazers in OT. Their first win in the post-Nico Harrison era. Final score here, 138-133. Something Mavs fans can cheer about. Okay, up next, Kings against the Spurs in San Antonio. Devin Vassell with a rack attack on Sabonis. Leaves his defender, slam, poster, and Sabonis didn't even bother to jump there and challenge Vassell, posting 16 points, 7 assists. The Spurs without Wemby, but they still beat the Kings at home, 123-110. Let's go. Another exciting game here. Bulls against the Jazz. Take a look at this.
Here's Collier.
Collier, the handoff. Keontae, George, bang, bang, bang. George, 33 points, including that winning basket. Collier and George ecstatic about that. Good play, the handoff, nalit lang yung defender, and then the launch. 0.8 of a second remaining, but Collier, by the way, 16 points, 9 assists. Jazz take down the Bulls in double OT, 150-147. What a score on All-Star. Give me. Finally, let's go to the Magic against the Rockets. The game winner, Durant, ISO. Maganda sana kung nabutan natin yung ni-wave off niya si Amen Thompson. Before this, time winding down. Here it is. Amen will want to give him the screen. Durant says, no, kid, I got this. Against the Silva. Classic. Money. Easy money, sniper, KD, Kevin Durant. Take a look at that, waving off. I don't need that. I don't need the pick. Gets to Silva, goes to his left, goes to his spot, pull up, money. Durant finishing with 35 points to lead the Rockets. Past the Magic, 117, 113. A lot of game winners. Great day from the NBA on a Monday. Check.
And before we go, we want to congratulate FEU for extending its reign in UAAP women's football. The Lady Tamaraws captured their fourth straight crown after blanking LaSalle 2-0 in the season 88 finals. This marks the first four-peat since LaSalle dominated from season 65 to 68. This also completes FEU's perfect campaign this season and extends its unbeaten run to 32 matches. Team captain Janela Albino was named Most Valuable Player of the tournament again. Congratulations to the Lady Hams!
Wow, congratulations. 2-0
Grabe
against
yung
LaSalle.
four-peat.
Oh, and 2-0. Grabe against LaSalle too. And as you said, fourth straight crown, powerhouse, dynasty, call it whatever you want. FEU, just dominant in UAAP women's football.
All right, and of course, we love to see it because football, we have the Futsal World Cup coming up also.
Yes,
so lots of things happening in women's football.
Of course, that's close to your heart. And also, nabanggit mo na rin yung women's futsal kasi sa PhilSports Arena yon. That's why it will be closed. Diba, remember they opened it for runners? It will be closed until after the World Cup of the futsal tournament. Okay, that's all from us tonight on a Monday, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play for today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Madre Felix.
And I'm Chaska Litton Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Happy Monday. Good night.